So, Chris, that's a difficult start to the season. You did say before the game it's not all about the results, about the performances. What are your thoughts?
It's a bit of a weird one, really. It's just weird performance. I thought we did okay in parts. I thought we didn't do great in parts. We didn't defend that great at times. I think we kind of gifted them all the goals, to be honest with you. Pretty soft. I think the referee made a pretty bad decision for their second one. I think the guy was offside, but it happens when you've not got linesmen in this league. But I thought when we actually got the ball down and played how we have all pre-season, I thought we caused them problems. We knew they're a solid outfit, always will be, but I've been together a long time, whereas we are still very new, still forming those little bonds and stuff. But I thought the lads, when we came here in February, we were 3-0 down and we were really poor. I thought we weren't that today. I thought we were a lot better. The lads actually showed like they wanted to be there, which was what I said to them before the start of the game.
And unfortunately, Tyrese had to come off after about 5-10 minutes. He'd hurt his ankle in a tackle. How big of a miss was that for you? Even though he did come on late in the second half, you were already three goals down by that point. What sort of impact does he have on that team?
Yeah, it was. Like I say, so early that kind of all your plans go out the window. Because I thought we started actually okay, and then he came off. I thought he started really well himself. He got on the ball, linked things up, put tackles in, and then him coming off. It was obviously Kelson's a totally different player to how he is, and it did rock us. I'll be honest with you, because Kelson didn't really put his foot in at times, and he was a little bit easy to play around. But making that change was massive. And then Scott's silly sin bin as well killed us. I did say to him before the game that's what they can do in this league, and that's exactly what happened. And those two moments were big moments in the game. So yeah, not having Ty there, and obviously wanted to get him back on, and what I could have got him back on in like 10 minutes after him coming off, but it wasn't fair on the other lads who were doing okay at the time. But Ty's a good player to have around, and he's definitely a massive part of the squad without a shadow of a doubt.
And final question for you. You spoke in the podcast ahead of the game that we're lucky to come to Avenue at Haywood Sports Village early on in the season, so the pitch is still relatively intact. Unfortunately, since that it's rained and the grass was pretty saturated, and that's meant the Bulls spent a lot of time in the air. This is a relatively new team, and we don't quite know how we want to play yet. So, did that make things even harder for you?
I think to start with, no, I don't think it should have, to be honest with you. I think the lads knew how we wanted to play and they didn't do it, especially to start with that as well in the first place. I think lads' positions weren't right, where they were taking positions from when we were trying to play out, whether it was the midfielders or the guys in front of them across the front three. So it's just a learning curve. It's great to come here when the pitch was okay. It was very slippy, which it was going to be, but we've been here in the past and it's been horrendous, and it's not the greatest place to come, but it is what it is. It's kind of what you got in this league. You got to kind of take what you're playing on. You can't play on nice surfaces all the time, and I thought the lads did okay. I think there's a lot to build on, and it's the first game of the season. Yes, it'd be nice to have started, but we started well last year and we had a really bad poor run of form, so hopefully it'll be the reverse, and then we go to another very tough game next week against Tintwistle.
And 4-2 loss, but still got to ask, who's your man of match?
Dan Dollin, thought was very good. I thought Rory and Lamin played very well as well. It's weird, like I say, yeah, we made mistakes at the back, but I thought the back four defended okay at times. So I'd probably say, yeah, Dan, Rory, Lamin were very good. And then a lot more to come from the other lads, I'd say. And they know they can do a lot better. But yeah, I'd probably say those three stood out to me quite well.
Thanks, Chris.
Cheers, pal. Nice one, mate.